They're sitting on $10 to $12 trillion of critical minerals in Ukraine. They could be the richest country in all of Europe. I don't want to give that money and those assets to Putin to share with China. If we help Ukraine now, they can become the best business partner we ever dreamed of.
A U.S. senator has said the quiet part loud and warned that the West cannot afford to lose the war in Ukraine because he said Ukraine is a gold mine that has $10 to $12 trillion worth of critical minerals that the West needs. And this U.S. Senator, Lindsey Graham from the Republican Party, he insisted that the West must continue sending more and more weapons to Ukraine in order to protect these minerals and prevent them from falling into the hands of Russia and, by extension, China. Lindsey Graham made these comments in an interview on CBS on June 10th. By the way, a quick note for context. He began this clip talking about how Donald Trump provided weapons to Ukraine as loans. That is, that Ukraine had to pay the U.S. back for those weapons. So the context of this clip is that Lindsey Graham is strongly implying that Ukraine should pay the West using its minerals to pay for the billions of dollars of weapons that they have given to Ukraine.
What did Trump do to get the weapons flowing? He created a loan system. They're sitting on $10 to $12 trillion of critical minerals in Ukraine. They could be the richest country in all of Europe. I don't want to give that money and those assets to Putin to share with China. If we help Ukraine now, they can become the best business partner we ever dreamed of. That $10 to $12 trillion of critical mineral assets could be used by Ukraine and the West, not given to Putin and China. This is a very big deal how Ukraine ends. Let's help them win a war we can't afford to lose. Let's find a solution to this war. But they're sitting on a gold mine to give Putin $10 or $12 trillion of critical minerals that he will share with China is ridiculous.
Now, these remarks are very revealing because for years, the United States has claimed that it must support Ukraine in order to protect democracy. Now, this is despite the fact that the Ukrainian government has been very undemocratic. Back in 2022, NPR reported that the Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky had consolidated all of Ukraine's TV outlets. He imposed martial law and the state took control of all media. And furthermore, Zelensky dissolved rival political parties, as NPR reported. He banned 11 opposition political parties, including, by the way, all of the major left-wing parties. All of the socialist and communist parties were banned in Ukraine because they were deemed so-called pro-Russian parties. Meanwhile, Zelensky has overstayed his term in office, which was supposed to end in May 2024. He has continued without a democratic mandate, and the major French newspaper Le Monde referred to Zelensky as, quote, a president with no term end. In fact, two former U.S. diplomats published a very revealing article in Newsweek in 2023 titled, "Ukraine Sure Does Not Look Like a Democracy Anymore."